Hi Queens, Sam here. Welcome back to my channel, Black Woman Build Wealth. Today is day 15. We made it. We are at the halfway point of the 30 in 30. Thank you for sticking with me. I hope that you have been also checking my the other Black woman YouTube content creators who have been also doing this challenge. I've put the link to their channel in all of my videos that I've been doing so far in the description. You can see, you can go check it out. Amazing. I'm so proud to be doing this challenge alongside them. So in my video today, day 15, I wanted to share with you three three proven ways to live for free, live rent free. And honestly, in this day and age, right, that housing is costing so much. Whether you want to buy a house or you want to rent somewhere, it's so much money, right? So, depending on where you live, of course, but let's say that for North America, it's been a thing. It's been a thing. I was super happy that I actually had already bought my house before 2020 and everything that happened after that, because honestly I have to recognize that for people who have been looking to buy houses, it's been going up and down, and same thing with people who have been renting. And so I'm happy that I'm on that other side of someone who doesn't have to worry about housing that much, because I already have somewhere that I live and I'm not planning on living anytime soon. um, on the reverse, I'm actually, looking at doing maybe some house hacking. So I'll talk to you about that in another video. But in this video, I want to share with you three proven ways to live rent free, and that might be something that you want to consider. To be quite honest, depending on your personal situation. The first one is one that I actually discovered through another Black woman who's also doing this YouTube challenge. Her name is Peyton, and she's an hotel consultant. I have never ever heard of that. Um, I guess that occupation before starting to do the challenge with her. She's an hotel consultant. She talks about it on her channel, and honestly, if you haven't checked out the channel, go ahead and check it out. But she talks on how being an hotel consultant can allow her to live in hotel for like 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, sometimes even more, if that's what one thing that she wants to do, and if the hotel also extends her contract. But literally, she has accommodation in that hotel where she's working, so she doesn't have to pay rent. She does not have to pay rent. That's like for most of us, rent, could be like 30%, 40%, for some like 50% of their take home pay. And so to not have to pay rent while you're still getting an income, to me, it's a huge, huge win. So she has a video on her channel, which I'm going to link to in the description below here, which is called How to Live for Free in Any US City and Get Paid. So put a link below. And also she has another one, which is called The 5 Pros of Hotel Consultancy. And I'll put a link to that one as well. But definitely, check her entire channel. She also talks about moving abroad and how she got her residency in Mexico. Her videos are quite short in terms of time duration, so you guys can go through it in no time. But honestly, hotel consultancy, I don't know. For me, maybe right now it doesn't work because I have young ones. But had I know about this before having kids, I would have definitely looked into it. Because listen, why not, right? I mean, I've never really stayed in a hotel for more than 2 weeks, so I don't know how I would feel staying in a hotel for 12 weeks, 4 months to 6 months. But listen, who knows, right? So it's still an option out there. And because she's not a permanent employee of that hotel, she gets to change, right? She's essentially a contractor, right? So she has a temp agency who gives her the contract. So she accepts the one that she wants, and the one she doesn't want, she doesn't take it. But that allows her to travel across the US, living in different hotel of different, I guess, caliber, and for free, for free. Think about it. And on top of that, I believe she can also eat at the hotel restaurants if she would like. Or if she doesn't want to eat at the hotel restaurant, then she gets a per diem to cover her daily cost. Listen, accommodation taken care of, and then food taken care of because she gets either the per diem or she can eat at the hotel. Those are the two major categories usually in anyone's budget. Usually it's like transportation, groceries, and accommodation. So 2 out of 3 are literally taken care of when you're a hotel consultant. That's the first one. The second one is house sitting slash pet sitting. And you know that I'm a huge fan of Stephanie Perry. I consider her the queen of house sitting. I learned about house sitting through her. A lot of Black women are into house sitting today, thanks to Stephanie Perry. I'll put a link to, she has a playlist on her channel which is called House Sitter School, because she also offers um, coaching for people who want to get into house sitting. And so I'll put a link to the playlist, and you guys can check her videos on house sitting. She has a lot on her channel, so you can listen to a few of them. If house sitting is new to you, you can get to know what it is. If you are someone who loves pet, you will love it. Essentially, it's for people anywhere in the world who want to travel and don't or cannot take their pet with them. You come in and you stay in their house with the pet, taking care of the pet while they're gone. And some house sitting, you can have it for like 2 weeks, a month, 2 months. I've heard up to 3 months. So if you're looking into visiting a city, but let's say a city like London, where you know cost of living is so high, but you can secure house sitting for the time that you want to be there. All you have to pay is your ticket together and your food while you're there, and your transportation. Accommodation is taken care of, and then you have to also take care of the pet that you will be saying that you'll be taking care of. And so to me, I find it mind-boggling because I've never heard of that before. I know there's some house sitting that are not for pets, but honestly, those are not the most popular one. The most popular one are the one where essentially you will go and take care of the fur loved ones for the people who are gone. And sometimes you might have more than one. You might have more than one type. So you can have dogs, cats, and then rabbits, and then the birds. So I've heard, different type of animal that you may have to take care of. And I'm saying that because I know some of my close friends or people that I know are watching my video. They watch my video on a daily basis. I don't think that's something that I've even mentioned to them, and I know they love pets. But listen, you guys can travel. You can travel the world and be pet sitting around the world, saving money on accommodation, and that can really help you with your budget if your budget is a bit tight. So that's the second thing, how to live rent free. And you can do it in your own city. You don't have to be traveling anywhere. You can do it also in your own city. Where you're living right now, there are people who might be looking for someone to actually stay with a pet. And maybe actually they will even prefer that to get someone who already know the city and their whereabouts. So that could be an advantage for you if you want to actually do that. And it's a good way also to get into house sitting. So if you have never done it, that's something that Stephanie recommends. Start locally. Start in your city, start in your province slash state, start in your country. And then after you can maybe expand to another country. Homegirl, don't I'm not doing any house sitting. As much as I love the idea and I'm like, ooh, this could be great, definitely. I'm not a pet person. Okay. Let's put it out there. I'm not a pet person. I can maybe take care of a fish. Yeah, I think I can do that. Um, I think that's about it. That's about it. I thought, so I'm not a pet person, and on top of that, I have young children. Though I know people do house sitting with their kids, I'm not sure how young they really take their kids on house sitting. I can understand if they're like teenagers or like, 7, 8, 9 years old. But mine are young. They're young, and I want them to be able to explore, and I don't want to be telling them be careful with this and be careful with that, because I don't want them to break people's stuff, right? So uh Right now, in this stage of my life, I don't see any house sitting slash pet sitting happening. But I'm telling you, for you who are listening right now, that could be a good option for you to look into to live rent free. The second is work on a boat, on a cruise boat. And honestly, that's probably something that I might try in my life. When the kids are older, I do think that I might look into that because I just love the idea of being on the boat. And I see those prices of people going on cruises. It's expensive. So I'm like, if I can find a way to work on a boat cruise, that could be, that would be ideal. I don't know for how long they're gone for, but they could be gone for a couple of months as well, depending on their itinerary. But I've seen some videos of people who were like hairstylists, performers, kitchen person. Like they need all type of professional on those boats. Like right, they need people, literally people, the type of people who will work in a hotel. They need those people on the boat. So anything that essentially you can do to help them in terms of workforce, they'll take it. And so I haven't looked into it because I'm not ready for that. But I'm like, probably when the kids are a bit older, that could be something that I will try. So either work on a cruise boat or or boat cruise, and one of one of the other, and then or like work in a resort. So a few years ago, I was down in the Dominican, and I was talking to that lady. She was there, and we were just chatting and everything. Like, oh, how long have you been here? Right? Because for us in North America, when we go on vacations, like a week or 2 weeks, not much. And she's like, oh, I'm here for 3 months. I'm like, yeah, Simon, what do you mean you here for 3 months? And then she said, oh, I'm the yoga teacher here at the resort, and I got a contract to be here for 3 months, which was essentially, I guess, the kind of like uh, the same time as the high season. So, people they go down there, and for the people who are like hardcore into their physical well-being, they still wanna, go to the gym and do yoga and all of those things. So I think she was Australian or something. Can't recall. Australian or from New Zealand. But anyway, so she was there for 3 months. And I was just like, this is amazing. She was there for 3 months. She was getting paid. And also she could also eat at the resort. And she was like going to be like under the sun in the warmth for like 3 months. I was so jealous. I'm like, girl, sign me up. But I wasn't really, my life was not at the point that I could do that. But that's again something that I would definitely keep in mind along with working on the boat cruise. But to me, I was just like, wow, again, it's such an amazing way to discover the world, do something that you enjoy doing, getting paid for it, and then leave rent free. That's just amazing, right? The only caveat is when you do house sitting and pet sitting, you don't get paid, right? Because essentially the accommodation is a way for you. It's kind of like your payment because you don't get to pay accommodation, so you do save on accommodation. That's the only thing. I guess like those three ways. That's the only way. The second one is that one you don't get paid. But the first one, or the consultancy, or the third one, like working on a resort or like on a boat cruise, those one you get paid for it, and you get also to get to leave rent free. So tell me, which one are the most appealing to you, or like are there any other ways to live rent free? And I think probably there must be other ways. I'll have another video that I want to share here, which is not so much of living rent free, but to reduce your housing costs. Because listen, anything we can do in this day and age to reduce our housing costs, I'm all up for it. And so I've been looking into that because there might be some that I want to also do for myself here. So I'll be having another video as a follow-up of this one, which is not so much to live for free, but mainly how to reduce your housing costs. So there you have it. Go ahead, check Peyton. Her channel is Queen P. Check her channel on Hotel Consultancy. Also check Stephanie Perry channel on house sitting, the house sitting aspect. And do let me know in the comments how how you planning on maybe squeezing some rent free month or like, to live for 3 months in your schedule. And the more I think about it, I was just like, you could find so many ways to never ever have to pay for rent, right? Like, as Peyton say on her channel, you can go from working in a hotel, then in between your contract, you house sit, right? Or like you work on a resort, and between the contract, you house sit, right? So if you can have a flexible schedule like that, and you don't have to be in a certain place at any time, call them. Call them. Great. So you go ahead, you do your plans, and you share in the comments below. And also don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification bell. Tomorrow we are back, day 16 of the 30 and 30. Thank you for watching. Until next time, keep on building wealth.